Of course, Howard Webb will have to make the decision, and I imagine it will be imminent, to abandon this game. In discussion with his assistants, and Peter Kirkup. Initially, I wondered if he had suffered an epileptic fit of some sort, but it does appear that it may be a heart problem, and Muamba is still being resuscitated by the medical staff. But nobody really wants this game to continue now, and I think it's only a matter of moments before Howard Webb makes that decision.
I just wonder whether they will somehow try and play this game through to maybe half-time, and there may then be an abandonment, or do they abandon the game straight away. I think a decision will be made between the referee, Owen Coyle, and Harry Redknapp, and we just wait now and pray for some positive news from Fabrice Muamba. Our thoughts are really with him. Football does not mean anything at this moment in time. The health of the player is so much more important.
The thoughts of everybody at White Hart Lane with Fabrice Muamba and his family as well. And you can see there that the indication is that Howard Webb has abandoned the game. The referee who said a couple of years back, when he inadvertently managed to award a goal to Wolverhampton Wanderers with a much bigger decision to make here today, and the right decision with the stricken Fabrice Muamba taken off on a stretcher after what appeared to be maybe a heart attack or an epileptic fit. Tottenham and Bolton Wanderers level at 1-1 in the first half, and although those supporters don't know it at the moment, shortly an announcement will be made to say that this game has been abandoned. It hasn't been confirmed as yet, but there was every indication as the referee spoke to both Owen Coyle and Harry Redknapp that the game would be abandoned, but we will bring confirmation as soon as we possibly can.
I just wonder, Tony, if that Howard Webb has taken them off the pitch so they can have a clear picture, a clear thought process into whether genuinely this game should go ahead or not. And I think that's what Howard Webb has done. The best thing to do is call the players off. Then Howard Webb can have control of the situation with Harry Redknapp and Owen Coyle to make that decision. I think if there's any doubt about Fabrice Muamba's health, then this game will be called off.
And you do wonder if Bolton will be in a position to continue anyway, given that they're clearly upset and affected by what they've seen. Stricken teammate on the pitch.
Well, I don't just think it's the Bolton players, I think it's the Tottenham players as well. You saw the reaction of some of those players, you know, the numbness, the look of numbness on their face, the shock also around the crowd as well. They realised very, very quickly, this crowd, that something was seriously wrong. And I've got to say, they've reacted in a tremendous way. And now we just wait and pray for some good news.
White Hart Lane is still stunned. Muamba just 23 years of age. Born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but has been in the UK since 1999. He was a junior at Arsenal. He didn't get too many look-ins there, but decided to make the move to Birmingham City, and then has been at Bolton for the best part of 4 years now. Let us hope that the news from the dressing room is good news. It is the uncertainty, isn't it, Nigel, which affects everybody at this time.
Well, it's horrible. You know, I've got to admit, I missed that incident. I didn't see what happened to Fabrice Muamba. And it just, you know, it just looked when they switched back to him, the players around him, as if there was some, did seem to be some movement, as if maybe he was having a fit. We just don't know. We shouldn't really speculate. But it's horrible. It's horrible, as we said. Well, for the players, everybody, but more importantly, for Fabrice Muamba and the ones closest to him. We really, obviously, would like to get some positive news very, very quickly.
Yes, everybody's attention was taken by the run that had been made, and it was a moment or two before anybody realised that Muamba was stricken almost on the halfway line. He received medical attention as quickly as possible from the Bolton physio, and then a doctor was called on the scene. The paramedics were quickly over. The best part of 5 or 6 minutes treatment on the pitch before he was taken away on a stretcher.
It's just the uncertainty, you know. We're really not sure what has happened to Fabrice Muamba, and we're all, I think, praying that it will be positive news that we receive. You can just hear the whisperings around the ground. Even the supporters are unsure. You know, they'll be talking to the person next to them, maybe their mate, maybe somebody they don't even know. You know, did you see anything? What happened? It's just unbelievable. This game has just been stopped, and now we wait.
I don't think anybody in the ground would want it to continue. In all honesty, the mood and the atmosphere, which was bright, and that has just disappeared completely. I wonder if Howard Webb will take guidance from the Football Association, or whether the final decision will be left to the referee, who is England's most experienced, having taken charge of an FA Cup final, a World Cup final rather.
I think it is the referee's decision whether to continue or abandon the game. I think we're fairly certain that it will be abandoned. I don't think there needs to be any dialogue with any FA officials. All you need to do, speak with Harry Redknapp and Owen Coyle, and if there's any doubt, look at the faces, the pictures on the faces of the players. That will tell you whether the game should continue or not, and really it shouldn't. We still wait here, hoping for some positive news.
But you're just making their way to the exits. So we had played 40 minutes before Fabrice Muamba collapsed in the centre of the pitch. Tottenham and Bolton Wanderers drawing 1 goal each in this FA Cup quarter-final. The scoreline irrelevant at the moment, as we wait for a final decision on whether or not this tie will continue, given that Muamba has been taken off on a stretcher. with paramedics trying to resuscitate him on the pitch for the best part of 5 minutes before he was taken off on a stretcher. I think it's fair to say that at the moment the game has been suspended. It hasn't actually been abandoned. But there does come a point, doesn't there, whether it be an incident such as this or poor weather, that the referee will ultimately have to say, I can't wait any longer, I have to call it off, or we think about starting again. But I think we know which way it's going. Yeah,
I would be very, very surprised now. Although, as we have to keep saying, we haven't heard anything. The match is suspended at the moment. I find it very, very unlikely that players and officials from both teams would want to now come out and continue this game, even as I hope we are going to get some positive news about Fabrice Muamba. But we just have to wait and see.
Well, as you can see, it's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Bolton Wanderers 1. This game is suspended. Fabrice Muamba, Bolton Wanderers, has collapsed on the pitch. He's been given a medical attention on the pitch. Doctors and paramedics trying to resuscitate him. But we've seen from the pictures that the players on both sides are clearly distressed by what they've seen. And at the moment, the game is suspended with the scoreline Tottenham 1, Bolton 1.